Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Dan Hagan. Fishermen and women usually can't wait to get on the water for the fishing opener, but some ice may be slowing the start for some anglers in northern Wisconsin. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdul Kawi tells us more.
Even though there is still some ice on the lakes in northern Wisconsin, that's not stopping anglers from preparing for the fishing opener this weekend.
There's been an awful lot of ice.
Fishing season is traditionally the first Saturday of May, but it all depends on the weather.
Typically for the opener, it is rare. This year we have a late opener. It's May 7th. It's as late as it can possibly be.
Kirk Justice is the owner of Kirk's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua. He says anglers are upset about the condition of lakes, but walleyes will actually benefit from it.
The amount of ice on the lake does have something to do with the quality of the walleye spawn. It seems like the later the ice, actually sometimes it's better for those year classes of walleyes. So that's a good thing for the future.
If you see some traces of ice on the lakes, don't worry, it'll eventually melt away. Plus, the opener is still expected to carry on.
So there's a lot of questions on whether or not we're going to have an opener. I can just tell people there are lakes that are open already. I got a feeling about 90% of the lakes will be open by Saturday.
Kirk says you should keep an eye on the forecast when you're out there.
But we also have to watch the weather. If it's really cold in the morning, sometimes it's not as good to fish it until later in the morning.
As well as the rules and regulations.
So be very careful where you go, how fast you travel, safety first, obviously. Be cognizant of whatever the rules and regulations are.
Reporting in Minocqua, Mohammed Abdul Kawi, Newswatch 12.
And if you need some help getting into the fishing season, Boulder Junction is offering some free seminars. Those fishing seminars are on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. All of them are held outside at the Lions Pavilion behind the Community Center on Highway M. Picnic benches are available inside the pavilion, or you can bring your own chair and sit on the lawn. Seminars are free to the public. The first seminar will be on May 29th. Meteorologist Conrad Supinski joins us now in our weather center. Conrad, a cold and cloudy day for us out there.
Yes, once again, I feel like we're on repeat with another cloudy day out there and below average temperatures. But don't worry, folks, warmer temperatures are on the way. But first, we need to deal with the cloud cover for most locations and those cooler below average temperatures that are out there today. But this right over here in the Midwest is another low pressure system that's producing tornadoes in and around the Oklahoma area. But luckily for us, this one will stay just south of us, and we will just have some cloud cover, maybe a possibility of a sprinkle or two, but overall, this will be more of a southern Wisconsin to Illinois event. And we will just have a little bit of clouds that will be lingering. But temperatures today, yeah, once again, well below average, as our average is supposed to be in the low 60s. Nowhere near that anywhere across the state today, as we were all pretty much in the 40s, and with Rhinelander coming in at 45 degrees right now. Our average is supposed to be around 61, but finally warmer air is on the way. Dan?
Democratic Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers unveiled his first television ad buy for his re-election bid. That comes on the heels of other large advertising buys by Republicans in recent weeks. Evers' ad notes the state's low unemployment rate and a middle-class tax cut that Evers signed into the last budget that was passed by the Republican-controlled legislature. He doesn't refer to any of the Republican candidates or attacks they've made against him. The ad says that Evers worked with Republicans and Democrats to pass the $2 billion income tax cut, but Evers reportedly rarely meets with GOP legislative leaders, and those Republicans have complained about Evers taking credit for the tax cut written by the Republicans. The local Honor Flight chapter has not taken a trip to their nation's capital in over 2 years. Until today, all the Honor Flight missions nationwide were stopped at the start of the pandemic. This spring, those day trips to Washington to visit the veterans memorials have returned. Today is the first scheduled for the northern Wisconsin-based Never Forgotten Honor Flight. It was scheduled to include 99 veterans, 15 Korea-era and 84 Vietnam-era veterans. It will be the local chapter's 39th flight since its founding in 2010. The public is invited to welcome the vets home this evening. They are scheduled to arrive at the Central Wisconsin Airport at 10 p.m. Around a half hour south of Rhinelander, you'll find Gleason, Wisconsin. This small town just added its first ice cream shop. Gleason is home to just a few thousand people, including Andrea Roggenbach, who's lived there all her life. Roggenbach recently opened a new ice cream shop in Gleason. It's called 17 Scoops, named after its location on Highway 17. The ice cream shop also offers 17 unique flavors at a time. Roggenbuck says growing up, there was never a place to just get ice cream, which inspired her to bring that to life.
We wanted to bring something great and exciting to Gleason. Gleason has a lot to offer recreationally, and we feel like this is a good, healthy spot because we offer the sandwiches and the wraps as well. Plus, who doesn't love ice cream? So that's kind of why we started it.
17 Scoops opened on Friday. Roggenbuck says around 100 people came to the store over the weekend to try the ice cream. They serve sandwiches, wraps, cotton candy shakes, and smoothies in addition to that ice cream. Andrea says this is a great new option for the small community of Gleason.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were just super excited to have a new spot to come to that offered the ice cream and, like I said, a fresh bite to eat. So a lot of excitement.
17 Scoops is open every day of the week. The business is looking for a few more employees to join their team. The housing market has been red hot for a year in the Northwoods. After the break, we'll hear from an expert who says the market is cooling off slightly. That's After Weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
You can always find great-looking furniture at incredible everyday low prices at Slumberland Furniture. Like these modern sectionals and sofas, starting as low as $3.99. And always free doorstep shipping. Get your look
for less
at Slumberland Furniture.
This week on Wheel.
Can you believe it's the 25th anniversary of the iconic Wheel of Fortune slot machine?
We're celebrating this special occasion with big money.
That got her attention.
And this week, one of these players makes an impressive solve.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That has a really big payout.
Well, look at this.
It's a Wheel week full of
Big money, big money, big money.
Wheel of Fortune, weeknights at 6:30 on NBC 12.
I come here to do homework because they have free Wi-Fi. They don't say anything as long as I buy something.
When there's a lot of noise, it's hard to focus. And I listen to music to try and drown it out. When the Wi-Fi cuts out, I can't finish my homework. That's why I started getting D's.
Millions of children rely on public Wi-Fi to study. U.S. Cellular is donating up to $13 million in hotspots to help youth in need. Because every child deserves the same opportunity to learn.
Here's to real flavors, real meals, real good. All of Knorr's high-quality pasta and rice sides are now made with no artificial flavors or preservatives. Knorr, taste for good.
If you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, make Argonne Lumber your first stop. High-quality materials, personalized service, expert staff, and delivery are just some of the things Argonne Lumber is known for. Stop in and smell the lumber at Argonne Lumber, 2 locations in Argonne and Rhinelander.
Sore back but hate mattress shopping?
Yes.
Totally dread it.
Totally.
Come to Slumberland and see how we've made mattress shopping easy.
How easy is that?
So easy.
So easy.
Get your sleep solution at Slumberland Furniture.
Good afternoon and welcome back, everyone. Yeah, not the nicest day out there today. Barely even saw the sun throughout the day as most of those clouds were just sticking around, could not leave us alone. They were even getting thicker, and that is because there's another low pressure system that is slowly trying to make its way in here to Wisconsin, but overall it will stay just south of us. But look how much moisture is with this one. Not a massive one, but it does have a lot of moisture associated with that, shown here in the yellow, the red, and the orange, even producing tornadoes down south in Oklahoma. Luckily, none of that is going to be happening up here in the Northwoods, but we will have some more clouds that will be sticking around through tonight and even into the morning hours tomorrow. Then maybe another chance, a very slight chance of showers by Friday, but overall, once again, this one will stay just south of us, so more rain for Chicago and lower part of Wisconsin. But temperatures, yeah, not the nicest day out there today, as we were all pretty much hovering in the 40s, a little bit warmer closer to Ashland and Superior, as finally they didn't have that lake breeze. They had more of a breeze from the south, bringing a little bit of those warmer temperatures. But overall, all across the state, we've been well below average. Once again, I feel like I'm on repeat with this. Every day the last several weeks, our average is supposed to be around 61 with an average low of 35. We've been nowhere near that, but don't worry, folks. Warm air is on the way. All of this 70s, 80s will slowly start to work their way up. And finally, just finally, we are in a nice looking 7-day period with high temperatures. We have some consistent period of 60s, maybe even 70s by next week. Look at this beautiful conditions this weekend, even by the weekend. Pretty much average to even slightly above average temperatures all the rest of the week, into the weekend, and even into beginning of next week with maybe even some 70s. But first, we need to deal with all those cooler temperatures, the cloudy conditions that will be sticking around tonight with temperatures into the mid-30s out there with a very calm wind that will be continuing to be calm throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures slowly starting to rise up there into the low 50s with the sun starting to peak out a little bit later on in the afternoon with morning clouds. But overall, we will start to rise in temperatures throughout the week as our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture Mattress does show consistent 60s are back starting Wednesday. So finally some average to even slightly above temperatures are back. Finally some spring weather, and we are in a dry period with barely any rain in the forecast through the weekend and even beginning of next week. Dan?
A Ukrainian drone destroyed 2 Russian Raptor-class patrol ships in the Black Sea. Here's footage of the drone target one of the Raptor patrol boats. The weapon is a Turkish-designed armed drone that has been used to considerable effect by the Ukrainian armed forces against Russian targets. Moscow is yet to confirm or react to the claim. The House Select Committee probing the January 6th siege on the U.S. Capitol has been given permission to get email marketing data from the Republican National Committee. That decision came Sunday night by Judge Timothy Kelly of the D.C. District Court, and it's a victory for investigators collecting details linked to the movement that tried to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Judge Kelly, who was appointed by the court by then President Donald Trump, rejected the RNC's claims that the House doesn't have proper authorization for that information. The email data will be blocked for at least a few days so that the RNC has the ability to appeal if they want to. On a related note, Trump's former lawyer Rudy Giuliani is scheduled to stand before the committee later this month. The Pentagon has found an array of software vulnerabilities at dozens of defense contractors. It is part of a year-long vulnerability disclosure pilot program, which aims to find such vulnerabilities before hackers can exploit them. Now it's hoping to expand that to similar contractors that don't have the resources to do for themselves. The pilot program involved 41 companies. Some of them were not aware their IT systems were publicly accessible. An estimated 300,000 companies work with the government on defense contracts. A spokesperson for Kamala Harris says the vice president tested negative for COVID Monday. This comes nearly a week after she tested positive. Harris will return to the White House tomorrow and will wear a mask around others for 10 days per CDC guidelines. After announcing her positive test, the White House said she had not been in close contact with the president or first lady. The White House said last week she took an antiviral coronavirus treatment. E-commerce giant Amazon ended its paid COVID-19 sick leave policy. Employees will now get 5 days of excused unpaid time off for a confirmed COVID-19 diagnosis. The previous policy gave workers up to 7 days of paid leave. Amazon also said it won't tell workers about any positive cases in its facilities unless required by law. Employees were notified in a memo this weekend. Also in that memo, an announcement about the vaccine incentives program coming to an end. The housing market has seen booming prices the last few years. Lots of buyers and not a lot of sellers out there in the market. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver spoke with experts on the issue and has more.
Lots of demand and little supply has driven up home prices across the country, but that may change slightly.
This is the first indication that sales are going to have a tough time keeping pace with the sales of last year.
Dr. David Clark is a professor of economics at Marquette University. He's a consultant to the Wisconsin Realtors Association, which analyzes monthly data on real estate.
The rural areas, which historically have had about twice the level of supply, they only had 2.5 months of supply. And so what's been happening is the supply has tightened everywhere.
Matt Walmo is a realtor with Redmond Realty Group in Rhinelander. He says that buyers have been quick to bite at any home that hits the market.
There's definitely a strong customer base of buyers that are still looking, still wanting that home, and we see multiple offers on the listings that we do have.
The feds have started to increase interest rates, weeding out some buyers.
We're up a couple of percentage points. That's going to cause buyers to have a little less buying power if they're financing.
Inflation was at a 40-year high last month, but Dr. Clark does not expect that to hurt demand too much.
Supply is still very tight. It's unlikely to cause prices to start going down like they did during the Great Recession, but they are not likely to be rising at 8, 9, 10, 11% like we've seen over the course of the last year.
Long story short, supply won't be changing, but demand might go down slightly, still pushing prices higher, but not at the same rate of last year. Reporting in Rhinelander, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
DoorDash is known for delivering food, but what about saviors? After the break, we'll meet a delivery driver who saved a woman's life. We'll be right back.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
These squirrels are better at saving than we are. And more organized, too.
Try embracing your inner squirrel. When you open a BMO Harris Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward every month you save.
That sounds great.
You can also set up savings goals and easily track your progress.
That could help us redo the yard.
You could really go nuts. I'll show myself out.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
When searching for your next truck, you want your truck to last. Get the job done right with a Lenz truck. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lenz trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenztruck.com.
Lenz Truck, Lenz Truck. We got the trucks at Lenz Truck.
We got the trucks. Do you have sleep apnea, struggling with your CPAP? Ditch the mask and let New Horizon Sleep Solutions help you achieve your best night's sleep. Dr. James Block is your expert in oral appliance therapy, a simple, comfortable treatment for snoring and sleep apnea. If you have a CPAP machine that you're struggling to use, consider oral appliance therapy to improve your sleep and protect your health. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation appointment and wake up to a new horizon in sleep apnea treatment.
This is the purpose-built Ford F-150. It's a beast with brains. It's got, you know what? Skip this video. Go see one at your local Ford dealer.
Get here to know F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for yourself. Then get one your way with a custom order that receives priority, plus an extra $1,000 bonus cash and incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery, all on a Ford, built for you, by you. Order your 2022 F-150 to lock in a great offer, plus get an extra $1,000 retail order bonus cash.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
If you're expecting to send a kid to summer camp this year, expect to pay more than usual. Experts say you can expect to pay up to 15% more to send your kids to camp. A lot of that is because of inflation, but it's also due to good old-fashioned supply and demand. More families than ever are looking to send their kids off to get the interactions they missed out on when many camps were closed down during the pandemic. About 26 million kids are expected to enroll in camps this summer. There are more than 15,000 dozen of them to choose from, but most were already at full capacity before COVID came around. A DoorDash delivery driver in Massachusetts is credited with saving a woman's life after she got to her delivery stop and found the customer unconscious. Sophia Furtado has more.
So I went outside because I didn't want to wake him when they came in.
Things took a turn for Karen while she was waiting for their pizza on West Island in Fairhaven.
While I was standing there, my knee let go and my arm let go.
An old injury came calling.
I do remember falling, and I remember just seeing a lot of weight in my face.
What they wanted was Papagino's. What they got was their guardian angel.
I was like, your wife is down at the bottom of the steps. She's bleeding really badly.
26-year-old Sophia Furtado from New Bedford isn't just any DoorDasher. She was the DoorDasher this family needed. She called 911, called for towels and a blanket, and implemented what she learned from school.
I'm holding her head, trying to hold C-spine because I knew she fell hard, so I didn't want her to, God forbid, later down the road be paralyzed.
Karen was hospitalized for 3 weeks with a traumatic brain injury. She has staples and stitches on her head, but EMTs say if Sophia hadn't did what she did when she did it, it would have been worse for Karen.
She was my guardian angel, and if I didn't have her, I'd probably be dead.
I actually wanted to be an EMT, but unfortunately, with kids and life took its own course, so I had to kind of make that sacrifice. So I have the background. I went through the whole schooling. I just needed to pass the test.
Karen tells me Sophia passed this test with flying colors.
I thank the Lord with Sophia for just having that ability to know how to respond.
Yesterday, Sophia was awarded for the heroic action. She got a plaque from Fairhaven Police, a pin from Karen and her family, and a scholarship from DoorDash.
They awarded me $1,000 to go to an EMT school. So hopefully later down the road, I'll be able to use that.
And Karen is willing to help Sophia every step of the way.
It wasn't like a one time I saved her life and never talked to her again.
I already talked to her today. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I will totally help you with everything.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10.99. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Is it time to update your driveway? Contact S&B Asphalt to blacktop your driveway. An update not only looks nice, but it saves on maintenance and adds value to your property. Seal coating and blacktopping residential driveways, commercial properties, and private roads. S&B is equipped for the job. With a strong reputation as an honest company with competitive pricing, you don't need to turn anywhere else. Call S&B Asphalt today for a free estimate.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with replacement windows from Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call the number below now to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. Now is the time to say goodbye to high maintenance and inefficiencies and say hello to our beautiful replacement windows. Our windows are custom built in America, made with exclusive composite Fibrex material, are low maintenance, and won't warp or bow like vinyl does. And when combined with the best people in the industry and a superior process, you get Renewal by Andersen's signature service. A unique start-to-finish process skillfully guided by our industry experts so you can feel confident in your decisions and more comfortable in your home. Our spring savings event won't last long. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Call now before it expires. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get 25% off after spending $25 when you order online. Order now at papamurphys.com.
So once again, another below average temperature day with some clouds that have become thicker throughout the day because there's another low pressure system, but luckily this one will stay just south of us. More of a southern Wisconsin event where they're going to get a good amount of rain, even close to an inch of rain. but overall we are on the clear with temperatures that are well below average today. But look at this 7-day forecast. Finally, some average to even slightly above average temperatures are on the forecast starting Wednesday with even closer to 70s by next week.
Our first good week of the year, perhaps. Well, thank you, Conrad. We'll have more from him at 10. We'll have more news as well. We will see you then.